Welcome to the BiBi and J-Life show. Right now you're just seeing J-Life. BiBi, she's behind the camera.
Hi guys.
She will be coming in and out, speaking about what we're going to talk about. This show, Netflix, called The Get Down.
Yes.
You can see right there. We just wanted to talk about it. We just finished watching part 2, which was released today. Part 1 was released last year. We never did a video, but... So... Basically, this show is produced by Nas, and the show is basically about this young kid, high school, named Ezekiel, and he has a talent for writing. And the basis of the show, it takes it back to the history of when DJing first started, based on the time of the, I guess, 1970s, right, when it starts?
Yeah, around the 70s.
I think, yeah, it's the 70s because the whole disco thing is already... big.
Dying out.
John Travolta, I think, already had done Saturday Night Fever, and so this is going on. And just to give you a little rundown, the main character Ezekiel, he somehow meets up with this other character called named Shylon Fantastic, and he's this young, I want to say like thug, if you want to call him that way.
Well, in this generation, yeah, might think of him as a
he's
thug.
He's basically a little of everything.
Yeah.
But he lives in the street. He has no family. So they both get together. Shylon wants to be the DJ, and Ezekiel is becoming the MC. So Ezekiel's friend joined him, which is there's Ra Ra, Boo Boo. I know it's funny names, and Dizzy. All three of those are brothers, and one of them is actually played by Jaden Smith. Which, you'll see if you watch the show.
If you've seen the first one.
So they all join a group, the Get Down Brothers. And throughout the first part is basically them growing, coming together, and the process of going through everything. And it involves drug dealing, and involves politics, all mixed in. Ezekiel also has this girl that he loves. Her name is Maylene. And she's a church singer. And her dad, he's a pastor of a church, and he's all about God, and he wants to keep the family together, and he wants his daughter to be just singing religious songs, but she wants to branch out into becoming a singer and becoming a disco star. So that turns into this whole other story. And so basically, to me, I'm just wanted to let you know this is a great show if you out there like enjoy hip-hop, enjoy b-boy dance, b-boy dancing. It basically gives you a little bit of everything. It also gives you life lessons. There's awesome graffiti. BiBi will let you know she's the artistic. So she enjoys all of that. The songs are good. Overall, the plot, the storyline, it really attracts to you. It catches your attention. It makes you feel like if you were in that era when all of this was going. And I don't know what else you want to say.
Yeah, you summed it up really good. This is part 2, so for those that haven't seen part 1, I think you could still understand what's going on if you haven't seen part 1.
Yeah, they give you a recap in the beginning, but if I was watch part 1, trust me, you'll love and fall in love with the show. Yeah,
and they did a big difference, not big difference, but part 1. Compared to part 2, there are some scenes where they did some animation to it.
Yeah.
So it does not suck. I'm sure some people will be like, oh no, they should have kept it going the way it did, but no,
they did good.
They did great.
Part 1, like I said, part 1 builds up the story for you, and it leaves it off somewhere.
Where there's going to be a part 2.
Yeah, where there's a part 2, and part 2 picks up right there. They added new things, like she said, animation to it, which to me was perfect. It goes with it. And just part 2, you basically, to me, what I felt like is finishing off the story to part 1. If it's part 1 and part 2, or one part of the whole story that they started with. And I hope they do their part 3 will be in a way it just
kind of finishes off, maybe.
Not finishes off, but it goes to the next phase of the storyline. So I hope it goes. I don't want to give out too much.
Okay. From here on, that's basically what we wanted to tell you guys about the whole Get Down Part 2. Yeah. It is worth watching. We give it a 5-star rating. If you haven't seen part 2, I believe part 1 is still there, so you can binge watch the whole thing.
And part 1 is 6 episodes. Part 2 is 5 episodes.
Yeah.
Which shouldn't
So
take long.
you could actually watch the whole thing, I think.
Yeah, each episode is like an hour. It's perfect. But yeah, trust me, there will be things I would like to tell you, but I don't want to give away things.
Okay, so from here, that's all we wanted to tell you guys. So we're going to do some spoilers. So if you do not, I repeat, if you do not want to see the spoilers, you could stop right here and just fast forward. But we really want to talk about some specifics if you guys do not want to know. So thank you for watching. Here comes the spoiler. Okay, so the reason why I'm not in this frame, I'm not feeling too great, but I'm okay to talk right now. So I have this theory in part 1 that the uncle was actually the disco girl singer's daughter.
Yeah, I'll lay the plot out.
Yeah, J-Life could explain it better than I can.
You know, the girl that Ezekiel loves, her dad, his name is Ramon. He's the pastor. His wife, in a way, she's like sneaking around with her husband's brother, whose name is Francisco. And BiBi always thought like, oh, what if, you know, Francisco was the dad of Maylene and not, you know, Ramon. So I always told her it could be true, but it was hard to believe because, you know, when you first see them, it was like a very knit family. They're all about church and this and that. And the uncle, he's more like, he's like the, I think, he's like a, not a mayor, but he's like, he's in the politics.
I want to think of him kind of like the, I don't know, this is a good combination, but I want to think of him like the Godfather. In a way, like he's able to control these small circles and people come to him when they need anything. That's as best as I could describe him.
Yeah, they call him Papa Fuerte.
Yeah. So he gets things done when he needs to get done. But for good reason. It's not like he's doing bad things to bad people. He's doing bad things because he wants to help his people, like have better homes, better community.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And he understands in order for him to do these things, you know, there has to be other things to be done. But at the same time, he gets involved in the whole politics, and he calls them the white people. They come in and they promise him they were going to help him build these houses that he wanted to build, but in reality, they just wanted to use them.
They used them, which is like that.
So, that whole story, you know, it goes into part 2, which in part 2, we find out
the truth.
The truth. The BiBi was right. That Maylene is not Ramon's daughter. It's technically Francisco's daughter.
So basically, her uncle raised her, pretends to be her father, and he didn't know. There is another daughter, but I think we could safely say that's the preacher's daughter. Yeah. But she's not really important. They just added her on there.
You see her in the first season, the second season, they don't really show her.
Yeah, so I believe, I think she's Puerto Rican as well. Yeah. There's a lot of like
it's a mix
of culture. It's very versatile to everyone, to every group, to every nationality. So it's awesome, I believe, for every age group.
Yeah.
So I enjoy it.
So yeah, so in season 2, part 2, whatever you want to call it, but we find out that story, and her uncle, which
is her father.
Is supposed to be her father, Ramon. He ends up killing himself because he finds out the truth and everything was going on. Like his daughter, she was becoming this like sexy singer, doing this like dirty song that he didn't want her to do. But at the same time, he was using her in order for him to get fame through his church. And then his wife, she was seeing this and she was like, "Oh, you're not gonna use our daughter in order to get to where you want." And so all that breaks down.
So it's basically everyone's story, like Ezekiel, the daughter, like everyone's story, kind of like a chain reaction happens all at the same time. So you get everyone's story at the same time. It's easy to keep up with what's going on. And that's about it.
Right?
I could say.
If you watch season 1, you might not notice it from the beginning, but you're going to hear, like, there's going to be this MC rapping in front of a live crowd. Inside Madison Square Garden, and it might confuse you. To us, I grabbed on right to it. That's supposed to be Ezekiel already in the future, became what he wanted to become.
He's just telling his story.
Yeah, they don't tell you, but he's telling the story in a way you have to figure it out that's already him. So you know that he makes it. You know that he makes it.
You're just you just
MC.
figure out, like, I guess you could say, oh, he wanted, like, some people, I guess nowadays, oh, they want to be a rapper, this is what you gotta do to be a rapper. No, it wasn't, he didn't really choose that. I guess you could say it kind of chose him, and he didn't know what it was until he learned it, and he goes through this stage. Yeah,
he goes through these stages and everything.
And learning.
He was scared. You're gonna see in the beginning, he was scared. He knew how to write. He had lyrics. He knew how to put words, but he just didn't know how to express it. And he never had been in front of a crowd. And I guess him meeting Shylon, and Shylon helps him express it. It helps him get to that level, and from there they build up to where he eventually gets. All we know is where he gets.
Yes.
We don't know the rest of the group, what happens.
The only thing, you just see bits and pieces and have ideas of their struggles and where they go, where they're leading. You could make assumptions, but they don't really tell you, but you could have an idea. Like, for example, Jaden Smith.
Well, that's what I was gonna now. I was gonna just give you a breakdown of each character. So Ezekiel is the MC.
Got it.
Shylon is the DJ. Ra, we kind of consider him as the. Well, we said that he was like the
negotiator.
He's the visionary.
He's a great negotiator. Like, he has this vision and break it down to help you understand and make you feel comfortable with the decisions you make.
Boo Boo, he's the little brother of Rara, and he's basically the go-getter in a way. He'll go. He's
the go-getter, but I consider him one of those probably in any group or family member which they don't see a future for himself, and this is all they know.
Yeah, because he ends up like. He ends up wanting to sell drugs and all, and then I don't want to explain more of the story, but he eventually gets into drugs, and then something happens there. Dizzy, which is played by Jaden Smith, he's the graffiti artist.
He's my favorite. I love him.
Yeah, and at the same time, we believe, like, pretty sure you'll get the same notion, but we believe he's gay.
His character.
His character. He finds his other graffiti artist, which they call him Thor. And they both like hit it off, and there's a scene there where Thor takes him. I know it's named after a Marvel character. That's just the name they gave him. He's a blonde white kid with blue eyes.
And so even they were like, the pretty boy.
He takes Dizzy to this club, this like hidden club that nobody knows about, and it's kind of like a.
It's a place where people that can't really be themselves in public could be there. In the club. If you want to be a man in a dress, you can. If you want to be a woman as a man, you can. Basically, this club, you could be anything you want to be, and you're comfortable to be who you want to be there, if that makes sense. Yeah. So that's who he is.
But that's what we believe, because they don't know if they will say it, but I'm just guessing they're trying to just show you
like what he's trying to figure out himself. Story, He's a very zen person. I love him so much. Yeah,
in the second part, he starts doing this comic book strip called The Get Down Brothers, where he explains the story. He's so-called an alien. That's what he believes of himself. An alien. But there's that story, and I think those 4-5 guys are the main characters. You have the girl Melina has her friends, and then there's other characters there you'll see. So we just wanted to come and talk about the show. I don't know if it's getting that much, attention. I don't know if many of you ever heard it, but trust me, amazing show. You should sit down, watch it, learn a lot from it. It will teach you a lot about the whole growing up, I guess, in the 1970s into the 80s, New York City. Yes, the show is based off in New York City. They talk about the Bronx. So
all sides of the Bronx.
Awesome show, produced by Nas. You even hear him. He raps in many of the scenes. You don't see him, you just hear his voice. But I hope you guys go watch it. Believe, trust us. It's a good show.
If you guys want to talk about it, put comments below. If you want to ask us any questions, I'll be glad to answer if you want.
Yes.
It's awesome. It's on Netflix. The Get Down Part 2. Part 1 is there as well.
Yes.
Enjoy.
Trust me, enjoy. If you're a music artist, everything, just sit down and take time and watch the show. So that's all. Thank you for watching BiBi and J Life. BiBi's there, I'm here. You don't see her, but she's there. And again, thank you. If you like, give it a like, a sub, leave any comments. We're willing to answer. Bye.
See you on the next one.
Peace.
Wait. Did you say... Wait a minute, did you say a person got stabbed by a chimpanzee multiple times? What the fuck? That makes news, people. Okay.
So you're gonna just be popping in and out when I say your name? Like,
Yeah, if you want.
I'll be like, I have my phone here because I have some of the names just in case I don't want to forget.
Alright. It's actually not bad. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna try this again. The struggles.
The struggles that I see.
Can you stand up straight? Okay. Can you move towards the back? Like you go all the way back.
I am all the way
Like
back.
the chair all the way back.
My chair is all the way back.
Oh, it is?
Like, there is no more space.
Okay. So tell me how that looks.
It looks good.
It looks good?
I guess, right?
I'm just
I
making
don't know if you want to zoom in more just to get the TV size.
Yeah. Shit, you right. You right. I just don't. Okay. So, does that look better?
Yeah, right
Okay.
there is perfect.
It's okay. You kind of see me. Hi, guys. You can see my reflection. Alright.